Good morning from Valabærjet. We are at the end of June 23 and I'm gonna give you a little tour of the garden. It has changed a lot from last year and from the last video I did, which was on top of that in French. I haven't done any videos or spoken English in a long time, so we just have to see how it goes. And let's show you what a Norwegian garden looks like at the end of June. Starting from the east side of the house, here we have our gigantic blackcurrant bush. Cut it a lot last year again, but it's just so abundant. One can almost not complain about that. It's not ready yet, but you see that we're gonna have loads of fruit again. We haven't cleared yet the stairs, although there's a lot of small white strawberry waiting to be picked. You can see a little bit maybe over there. Our beautiful svarthull. Yeah, you're gonna have a mix of English and Norwegian when it comes to names. Maybe a bit of French comes in as well. Yeah, that will come back. Elder tree, which now grows, I don't know, 4 meters. Loads of nice flower. Loads of insects as well. Some that we want a bit less, but yeah, let's have the garden for everybody. Here we have the Russian estragon. It's about a meter 50, I think, in height. Every year it gains at least 20 more centimeters. The new dawn roses, which is slowly coming into beautiful blossom. As you can see, it had a hard time. I didn't cut it almost. I was a bit scared. We had a very harsh and long winter, meaning that a lot of trees and bushes died all around Norway, not just here. The rhubarb, I didn't completely harvest it this year. I let it thrive a bit in its little warm corner. The fig tree, still living. Ah, yes, let's talk about this one. The Zilga, if I remember well, grapes. I cut it a lot 2 years ago, didn't cut it this year because we didn't have a big yield and we were a bit disappointed. And I don't regret it, but as you can see, it grows a bit everywhere. It really took its revenge. It grows against the wall, so we're gonna have to make a bit of room and try to find a way. But loads of cluster, so after that the game will be to find out which amount of cluster actually is the right amount to not just have small grapes. What you see there in white is the small tunnel for the jordbær strawberry, because they were coming and then the bird came and then gone the strawberries. So we still have some which is gonna mature, and I hope this helps. Over there, it doesn't look very Instagram friendly, you'll have just to bear with that, is the leftover tomato and cabbage, which had normal room to plant, so I planted them there. The bushes are doing well. The roses is coming to an end for the blossom. It's the second blossom we've had now, and as you can see, we've been really satisfied this year. Loads of roses. On this side, looks a bit dry, looks a bit having a hard time, a new peoner. That's that plant, everybody knows it, so I don't know what it is in English. Find it out. We separated, it was very big, to try to have a wall here of gigantic flowers and greenery. The Georgine, Morten's favorite flower, coming very well. This one, which I forgot the name, but we'll find out with the flower. As I mentioned, many plants died. Here's like we had in those boxes, I think 5 rose bush. The only one which seems to show any signs of life is this one. I'm gonna try to bend and show. You can see there, but well, good luck, little guy. I'll be with you on the way. The rest died, so we planted salad, radish, and bought a new clematis. That one was a caprifol, honeysuckle, but didn't make it either. On the other hand, chive, that one's my new best friend. Everywhere it grew like crazy. More salad, more dead roses, and in the back, just under the cable felt, didn't see that, some wild garlic. A new big thing, I'm trying to go quickly, I see the time flies. This year is this. I've been wanting so much to have water for birds, for frogs, for everything. You know, if you have water in your garden, you'll have really a life-changing event for the insects and birds. So yeah, we plant a couple of things from some place in the garden, bought some flowers, bought some water plants, foraged some in the lake nearby. Started with stones and rocks, and look at that nice sun Martin made at the bottom. A little pump to make sure we don't actually make this a nursery for mosquitoes. And yeah, you'll probably see it getting more and more greenery and everything. For those who have followed on Instagram, we had a disastrous event during this winter. Half of the tree fell, so we cut it, try to recycle it a bit, and we'll just have to see how this one manages for the next winter. We know it's going to be a lot of leaves in the pond of the autumn, but at least it's shady, considering it's quickly 40 degrees in the sun. So here we come to the pièce de résistance, the kitchen garden, vegetable garden, veggie patch, you name it. Some flowers at the entrance, because hey, flowers are pretty. Some roses. Oh, you look a bit sad. Newly born, planted like 2 days ago, so that's why it's a bit like, ooh, new place, new habits. This one, which didn't look very good, and then restart, lots of new shoots and everything. Very happy, very happy, very happy. So, this, I'm gonna try to come here. This is new this year. Morten did a fantastic job of leveling it in one way with a small wall, as you can see. There. With old beams from houses. And we have one row of, what is it again? Onions, potatoes, cabbage, and over there we have just 3 rows again, which is potato, pumpkins and onions again, but we'll see it a bit later. Let's see what we have here. So here we have my shadow, isn't it great? So we have tomatoes, basil, pumpkin. I really do hope this one gets a little bit better. It's been, I think, a bit burned maybe by the sun. I didn't put a Noya next to it, unlike last year, so maybe that's why it's a bit having a hard time. Tomatoes, baby tomatoes. And this, my favorite tool, although I could probably bury it a bit better, an Oya made of 2 terracotta potter, so 2 ceramic pot without glazing or anything, glued together, close at the bottom, and then you just have patiently to, no, if we can see anything, we can't see anything, pour water with a fan into that. And it sips slowly water, not as self-watering system, but it keeps the soil moist under the ground, which in this heat is necessary. As you can see, it's only the bottom of the greenhouse, and this is to try to make a bit of shade when the sun hammers it. The mint, I don't know if you remember, before it was about this size, now it's about this size, it's growing everywhere, including there, so yay, we're gonna make a lot of syrup and tea. My new best friend, look how tall it is, look how tall it is. It's, I don't remember the name, blackberries. For 2 years it stopped about here, and as you can see, it seems to finally be thriving. Its little buddy on the other side is doing exactly the same. Here it is. The elderberry looks very nice as well. It's in flowers. It's, as you can see, it's from today. It opened probably during the night. I have a bit of a mixed feeling planting it so close, considering how big the other one is, and this looks thriving. But hey, you learn by mistake. So here we have it, the Jerusalem artichoke. Same spot as last year, same procedure as last year, same shadow. Love those plants. Purlök. What's purlök again in English? Leek. No, almost no letter in common. Leek here, a row. Here we had garlic and onions, but I try also, this is also a sheet to put on top to try to avoid them cooking in the ground. I don't really fancy that, but I don't know if it's working or not. The valerian, growing tall as ever, catching insect, bringing pollinators, loving it. A bit difficult because it's kind of growing on the path, but hey, it's a great help. I haven't harvested anything yet, but maybe why not. Potatoes, potatoes. Let's see if we can see through this. Yeah, we can, almost. This is the get. I'm gonna try to see if I can actually open it, maybe, just for you guys. Wow, look at that! Broccoli is Morton's favorite vegetables. More taget, just flowers to try to help with insects and everything. Now I don't see what I'm filming because it's inside a tunnel, but you should see, hopefully, some greenery. So it's cabbage and broccolis. And come on. Ta-da! Here we are. Doesn't look very Instagram friendly, very aware of that, but you know what? That's life. Life's not Instagram friendly. So, more potatoes. I really always forget this one. Gräskar. Pumpkins. And then we have different sorts. We try again to find out who thrives the best. You can see that those ones are not that happy. This one's a bit happier. This one's a bit happier. This one's really happy. Look at how it's growing. And finally, this one as well. The veil is purely to provide a little bit of shade. I don't know how much you hear now because it's blowing. So maybe just that. Whoops. Here we have peas. That's where we had potatoes last year. I just sowed peas. You have some kind of wild peas as well growing. Not really my friend. They grow everywhere. Still don't manage to remove them. Yeah, probably will have to re-sow the patch when there is nothing, and soon we'll have to put a trellis just so that they don't grow straight on the ground. A sad spot this year, the herbal spiral. If you remember it, it was green and lavishing, and now it's half green and this half is lavishing. So we have, let me remember, apple mint. We have a little bit of, I think that this one is, if it managed to zoom, I wonder if one of those ones is actually the berry mint, because there were two sorts of mint, as you can see. Voila. One of them really just decided to conquer, including in the chive, which I had put there to try to make a wall to avoid this, but it didn't work. One of the two, citron bellis, look it up, it's written as it sounds, citron bellis, managed to, c'est citronnelle en français pour ceux qui savent, come back after a very hard time. Just one plant, you can see the other one we didn't manage. Here we had to re-sow thing, the time didn't make it, we knew it could happen. This shows you how hard the winter has been. This is oregano. I've never managed to kill oregano. It grows everywhere, almost as a wild plant, because it reseeds itself very easily and everything. This one died! Almost! There's like one stalk that comes out of the ground, and I'm like, come on baby, come on, you can do this. Let's not fool everybody, we bought this one. The other one died also. And if I think I'm gonna try maybe to quickly wash the lens. It seems to have a hard time to focus, but this is citron timian. It's one of the few Mediterranean who actually really managed. The rosemary, well, everybody said it would die, and guess what? It died. So, I know I forgot a plant behind me, I'm coming back there. Look at that beauty. I'm so glad they survived. This is just like rose pots, so mini rose and mini lavender, but they seem to be doing well. Okay, let's, oh, maybe it's better now. Here we don't see it yet, we see there's something a bit green growing there, but it's still a bit difficult. It's actually panes and carrots, which I've sowed 3 weeks ago, I think. So yeah, that's why it's slowly coming, but it's autumn vegetables, fortunately, so we'll manage to harvest them quite late. The rest of the leeks doing that. Chives again. Oh, they're getting a bit yellow now. I'm thinking of maybe cutting them in not too long. I really have a hard time to focus today, but agurk. I don't know this one neither in English nor in French. Agurk, literally the cucumber herb, if you want to translate it. Very nice flower, very friendly in the garden, and it actually re-sowed itself Why is it such... Yeah, so I tried just to wash a bit the land. So it resowed itself. More roses, love it. The peas, put in there, Louise. So here we have a mixed bed with mixed feelings. You know, you can probably recognize them. It's beans of all different kind of sorts. Here you have like it's really long beans that make like huge the fèves. Yeah, beans. This is more like princess beans or green beans. I don't know what they call it in English. This is flowers. This is beans, flowers. The old pasternak from last year, which I'm keeping for what? Well, for seeds, of course. So that we can resow them, because by spending 2 winter here, well, they know how winter goes, so it's a big plus. On the other side we have the wild bringebær. It's a very common plant. You all have it in your gardens. You all love to eat it in cakes and everything. Raspberries, voila, raspberries. I love my brain with Google Translate. Celery, bought. Yin-yang beans, sowed. We have 3 coming up. I'm still hoping. It's a bit dead, but I'm still hoping. More celeries. Stickelsbær, groseille in French. No idea in English. One area which I have what do I mean? What do I say? Sowed a lot of salads and salad and another kind of salad as well around. More of those bushes. Oh, look at this sad one. It's our cherry tree. We discovered a bit late that it really needs a lot of water, and that drought we had in May, June, well, costed us almost all the whole tree. So hey, we have this one branch that's still living, and we really now kind of have a list when with all the things we have to water in the garden, and that is on it, so it gets daily now. Those 2 big ones there, that's, guess what, more cabbage. Ah, I see that I have to repair it. More cabbage, which is like broccolis, Shetland green cabbage. There's another name, but I can't remember it again. Kale, green. We say green cabbage in Norwegian, but it's called kale. Shetland kale, broccolis, white cabbage or cabbage head. Sometimes it translates well, sometimes it doesn't. I'm gonna try to see if you can have a sneak peek inside. Sometimes it works with the camera. Yeah, you can see. Look at those babies. They're doing well. Those sheet prevents all kinds of caterpillar and insect which love those young leaves to enter. It creates a mini greenhouse for them. The rain goes through, so it's a win-win, except that it's a bit of a heck of a thing to put together. It's very fragile, and well, it's a bit of an handy job, but it's worth it. Here, almost last and absolutely not least, squash with some flowers around. Oh yes, again, as you can see, because there is no shadow in this part, so they need that. Blacks, raspberries, growing monstrously big. Love that. And loads of flowers and smallberry coming. Not so lucky with all the bushes. This is Ottawa. There you have it. You can see that we have new shoots for next year, so maybe we'll have more berries next year. Don't be fooled, this one is the black one. The rest almost dried. This one, which is also another kind of dark raspberries, coming up a bit in the way. We still have to make a kind of support system for them, because they tend to fall a bit on the ground. And there you have it, more onions over there where we'll have the compost and the bushes. I haven't cleared the flowers, but you can see them. They're still living, they're making new shoots. I am very happy. There you have it, the garden, vegetable garden. There's much more. There's a greenhouse, but I think you've got enough for a day now, and you can go back and enjoy your day. Bye bye.